Hey, welcome to How the Hell Am I Founder with Henry Anahe. In this page, I talk about things that I've learned in my 3.5 years of being a tech founder. This is also applicable for a lot of people who are entrepreneurs. If you're building a coffee shop or whatever it may be, a lot of the things that we talk about here can fit into your business scheme as well. All right, I was gonna make a short about this, but this is such a serious topic that has cost me so much money, and it is not talked about at all, that I wanted to make this an actual YouTube video. This is what I call the silent killer: premature scaling. Scaling before you have to. I got Invisalign, so I hope I'm sounding right. Scaling, like you scale the company up, prematurely will kill you. I mean, it will kill the company, totally. Doing some research, I found that 70% of companies fail because of premature scaling. And in my startups, I've learned this the painful hard way. We have burned through so much money because we had a vision and we tried to find people that would meet that vision, but we were too early for them. And before we found out, we had spent thousands on bankrolling them. So let me define this. Premature scaling basically is growing before you find true product market fit. Let me give you some signs of this. Hiring a sales team before you even have a sales pitch, spending money on ads before having any kind of conversion, or ramping up an extra feature before nailing down your core feature. It's basically like building a second level of your house before the foundation is even dry. Doesn't make any sense, and it obviously will come crumbling down. So in my experience, talking to different founders, one of my friends had a company. They got a good round of funding, and they started hiring engineers. Within a couple of months, the traction that they were getting has slowed down drastically. And he told me the salaries for the engineers became so burdensome that he would literally sit there and watch them work, hoping to find a reason to get rid of them. Eventually, he got rid of all of them, and by that time, it was still too late. The traction that they were gaining had plummeted, and they soon closed the doors to the business. So why the hell does this keep happening? I'll tell you why. It's the pressure to look successful. I am new to this startup space. I mean, I guess not that new. I've been here for 3 years. But before I got introduced to this startup space, I was not aware of the ecosystem. And it is a very unique ecosystem. Everybody wants to look like they're building something that's really big. Everybody wants to look important. Everybody wants to be in the headlines. And what happens is people are chasing vanity over true product market fit and mistaking early hype or small wins for real validation. Yeah, we all know VCs love growth, but if it's fake growth, you're just scaling problems. All right, so how do we avoid this problem? Well, glad you asked. What I would say first is focus on retention before acquisition. If users are not sticking around, that's not a time for you to add more. Focus on what's going on and focus on retaining those people who are coming onto your platform. The second thing is test manually before automating it. If you have a product that you got to sell it yourself. And if you can sell it yourself and you're able to handle all your sales, you don't need a salesperson. Do things on your own as much as you can before outsourcing it. Track your burn rate religiously. You should always know how much money you have raised and how much time you have left with that money. If you can take note of these few things, I'm sure you will avoid the mistakes that 70% of startups, including mine, have made, and that's scaling way too early. Remember, growth without traction is just noise. You don't need to look successful or be the one. You're building your product. That's more than enough. So ask yourself, am I scaling too early? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped you avoid a bad decision, do me a favor, subscribe, and share with a friend. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. But until then, watch this video about how to build a proper team. Thanks.